Vice President J.D. Vance is fighting alleged fraud in Maine today. Speaking to Mainers for close to an hour in Bangor this afternoon. You watched it here live right here on Maine's Total Coverage.
Political reporter Jackie Mundry was at that event today and joins us live from Bangor. Jackie, tell us more.
John, Megan, just a day after the Trump administration announced it would freeze new Medicaid enrollments because of alleged fraud, Vice President J.D. Vance spoke on the topic here at the Bangor International Airport.
Americans look after Americans, but you know who we don't look after? We don't look after fraudsters, and we don't look after people who have no right to be in the United States of America to begin with.
Vice President J.D. Vance telling stories of undocumented immigrants being convicted of fraud to a crowd in Maine's Queen City on Thursday afternoon. While she said that she was providing interpretation services, do you know what she was actually doing? Providing zero services and collecting $15 million over a 5-year period. Vance went on to say that fraud is an issue just about everywhere, but Maine is one of the states with the most fraud, according to the most recent data from the United States House of Representatives, which was from 2022. Texas, California, Florida, Louisiana, and Massachusetts had the most money recovered from fraud. Because I love this state, I can say I am heartbroken by what has happened to the fraud that's being perpetrated on the taxpayers of this state. Vance says he wants to work with the Mills administration on this issue. This should not be a red state or a blue state issue. This isn't Republican or Democrat. This is common sense. This is protecting every single person in this room from being defrauded by their own government. Across the street from the airport, a protest to the vice president's visit. Some Democratic candidates for governor, including Shenna Bellows, Troy Jackson, and Nirav Shah, releasing opposing statements on Vance's visit. In a statement, Governor Janet Mills says the vice president's visit is nothing but a distraction from the war in Iran and skyrocketing gas prices. The Maine Democratic Party echoing the same sentiment.
If J.D. Vance is coming to Maine, he needs to be held accountable for the consequences of his economic agenda. Again, gas prices are going up, healthcare costs.
Vance, noting he has benefited from the welfare system in his life, says Mainers and Americans need to look after each other.
But you know who we don't look after? We don't look after fraudsters, and we don't look after people who have no right to be in the United States of America to begin with. And just a few minutes after the vice president wrapped up his remarks, we saw Air Force Two take off here from the Bangor International Airport. John, Megan.
And Jackie, before you go, as we covered this during the afternoon here, it looked like there were several other high-profile Republicans there as well.
Yeah, John, former Governor Paul LePage spoke ahead of the vice president, talking about things that he did when he was governor relating to alleged fraud, like putting photos of people on their EBT cards. And then when Vance spoke, he put his full support behind former Governor LePage for his run for Congress.
And Jackie, speaking of gubernatorial candidates, it's a big field. Did Vance mention any of them?
Yeah, almost all of them were in attendance today, as well as state lawmakers. I had a chance to ask the vice president a question. He was pointing to the fact that it's a struggle to work with the Mills administration, he says, on these fraud allegations. And I asked how it would be easier to work with a Republican candidate or if he plans to endorse someone. He didn't pick one of the 7 candidates today, though. John, Megan.